So students, now let us continue with our chapter further. Come to page number 41. First vision we studied was freedom. Second vision was development, and now we will study about the third vision. Third vision is standing up. So let us read. India must stand up to the world. I have a third vision that India must stand up to the world or no one will respect us. Only strength respects strength. We must be strong not only as a military power but also as an economic power. Both must go hand in hand. So now let us see the third vision of Dr. Kalam, that is to stand up. That means India must stand up to the world or otherwise no one will respect India. That means if India doesn't stand up, then no one will respect our country. If India doesn't stand up, then no one will respect Indians also. Only strength respects strength. That means we can see today that America and Russia are the most powerful countries. Every nation respect them. No one has the power to go and fight with America or Russia. Why this is so? Because America and Russia are very strong, and everyone knows that whoever goes and attack America or Russia, then that country will lose only. So that means only strength respects strength. If the country has lot of strength, if the country has lot of power, then only everyone will respect that country. So today likewise India should also be strong, and India is strong. So today we can see lot of improvements in defense. Then in military power we can see lot of improvements, like new weapons have been introduced, new policies have been introduced in India, and lot of services, lot of improvements have been happened in India in all the fields. So India must be strong in both military power as well as economic power. So both should go hand in hand. It's not like that India should only be strong in military power and weak in economic power. And it's not that India should be weak in military power and strong in economic power. India must be strong in both military power as well as economic power. Both is required, and both make the country a developed nation. Now let us see the next paragraph. Why are we in India so embarrassed to recognize our own strength, our achievements? We are such a great nation. We have so many amazing success stories, but we refuse to acknowledge them. Why? We are the second largest producer of wheat in the world. We are the second largest producer of rice. We are the first in milk production. We are number one in remote sensing satellites. Look at Dr. Sudarshan. He has transferred the tribal village into a self-sustaining, self-driving unit. There are millions of such achievements, but our media is obsessed only with bad news and failures and disasters. So what is given in this paragraph? We will see some achievements that our country has made. Underline embarrassed. Embarrassed means uneasy or uncomfortable. So Dr. Abdul Kalam is saying that our country is a great nation and our country has a great history. So why people are ashamed? Why people are uncomfortable to recognize their own strengths or achievements? Our country has a lot of amazing stories to tell in front of other people. Let us see the success stories that is being given over here. So India is the second largest producer of wheat in the world, as well as in the rice also, second largest producer of rice. We are first in milk production. So we are in competition with Australia as well in terms of milk production. Australia and India, they both are in competition. So in these two countries, India has become first in milk production. Then our country is first in remote sensing satellites. And our country has made a lot of improvement in remote sensing satellites. From our country only, a lot of missiles. Our country has made a lot of missile development as well. Now let us see what Dr. Sudarshan has done. He has transferred the tribal village. Means he has changed. He has done a good job and has turned tribal village to self-sustaining and self-driving units. He has trained and set up those small villages very well. There are many more achievements of our country, but media is only showing bad news, failures and disasters instead of achievements and success. If our country shows only bad news, only failures and only disasters, then other country will not at all respect. So what we should do? Our media should show good news, show good things of our country. They should highlight good things of our country. Then only other countries will respect our country. Now let us see one example of what media shows. Do we not realize that self-respect comes with self-reliance? I was in Tel Aviv once and I was reading the Israeli newspaper. It was the day after a lot of attacks and bombardments and deaths had taken place. The Hamas had struck, but the front page of the newspaper had the picture of a Jewish gentleman who in 5 years had transformed his desert land into an orchard, farm and granary. It was this inspiring picture that everyone woke up to. The gory details of killings, bombardments and deaths were inside the newspaper, buried among other news. Isn't this possible in our country? So, in this paragraph, we will see the example of what media shows in foreign countries. If we are self-dependent, that automatically self-respect will come. If we depend on others, then no one will respect us. So, this is one experience of APJ Abdul Kalam. Once he had visited Israel. He was in a place called as Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is the name of a place in Israel. And he was reading a newspaper of what was given in Israel. The previous day, a lot of attacks had been happened and lot of deaths had taken place. The Hamas is a opposition group name. They had struck that place. Lot of attacks and bombardments and deaths had taken place in Israel. But when Abdul Kalam had seen in the paper, he saw that in front page a picture of Jewish gentleman who transformed his desert land into an orchard, farm and granary. That was being shown in front of the picture, in front of the newspaper. That was being highlighted. He had transformed the desert area into orchard, farm or granary within 5 years. And the news of killings or attacks or deaths which had taken the previous day, that were given in some corner of the newspaper, hidden inside. So Abdul Kalam is saying that, can't this be followed in our country as well? Our country should also show great achievements and success to other countries. But our media only shows failures and only highlights the bad news in front of other people. But in Israel, he was shocked to see that the attacks which had taken previous day, that was written in very small handwriting in some corner in the middle of that newspaper, and the success stories of a man or achievements that were highlighted as big news in front of the page. So now students, Now students, let us see what is given in the next paragraph. I want to live in a developed India. Another question. Why are we as a nation so obsessed with foreign things? We want foreign TVs, we want foreign shirts, we want foreign technology. Why this obsession with everything imported? Do we not realize that self-respect comes with self-reliance? So what is Abdul Kalam saying in this paragraph? That we as Indians are very crazy with foreign things. Everything we want foreign technology. Everything we want goods made of foreigners. We want foreign technology, we want foreign TVs, we want foreign shirts. So Abdul Kalam is saying that why do we want foreign TV, foreign technology? We should buy or focus on things which are made in India. We should only buy things which are made in India. The same thing Prime Minister Modi is also following the idea of Abdul Kalam, that is Atmanirbhar. That means to be self-dependent, to be dependent on India itself. Our Indians should depend on India only. Our Indians should buy only things made of India and not of foreign countries. So Abdul Kalam is telling that India should make these things and use of its own. We should not buy things which are made of foreign. We should be self-dependent. If we are self-dependent, then only our country will become developed nation. Now let us see the next paragraph. I was in Hyderabad giving this lecture when a 14-year-old girl asked me for my autograph. I asked her what her goal in life was. She replied, I want to live in a developed nation. For her, you and I will have to build this developed India you must proclaim. So this full lecture which we studied now was given by Abdul Kalam when he was in Hyderabad. That time, one small girl who was just 14 years old, she had come to Abdul Kalam to ask for his autograph. That time, Abdul Kalam just asked that girl that what is your goal in life? So the girl replied in a very simple way. She said that I want to live in a developed India. So Abdul Kalam is conveying to us that we have to say everyone that our country is developed country. For this we have to work hard to make our country a developed country. We have to fulfill that little girl's wish, to fulfill that little girl's aim. To her at least, for her we have to build this India and we have to proclaim, we have to say to everyone, we have to declare very confidently that our country is a developed nation. For that, everyone have to work hard to make our country a developed nation. We have to be self-dependent and we have to be self-reliant. So this is what the lesson is about. I hope students you have understood this lesson. Now we will see the hard words and its meanings. So these are some hard words and meanings of this chapter. For 2.4 3 visions for India, hard words and its meanings. First one, looted, means stealing goods in a war or riot. Second, self-assured, means self-confidence or confident in one's attitude. Third, embarrassed, means uncomfortable or uneasy. Fourth, obsessed, means preoccupied or possessed. Fifth, bombardments, means continuous attack with bombs or missiles. And sixth, granary, means a storehouse for producing all types of grains. So students, these are the hard words, extra hard words and the meanings of this chapter. I hope students that you have understood this lesson very well and found it interesting. I believe that students you will be self-dependent and you will be self-confident to say that our country is a developed nation. So students, today we studied about 3 visions for India given by APJ Abdul Kalam. The first vision we studied was freedom. If we are free, that only everyone will respect us. Second, we saw development. We have to be self-confident. We have to be self-dependent. Then third, we saw as standing up. We have to stand up for the country. We have to be strong, and we have to. If we will stand up for the country, then only everyone will respect us. Then we saw the hard words and the meanings of this chapter. These are the 6 hard words and the meanings of this chapter. So students, I believe that you have understood the chapter very well and found it interesting and understood it as well. So students, thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves as well as your family.